Вітаю вас, мої любі. Маю надію, що з звуком все добре. Отака я у вас чудово накручена. А, Сьогодні швиденьке відео, я, як завжди, не більше 30 хвилин. Маю надію, що я вкладуся швидше. Але сьогодні хотіла поговорити з вами за And I forgot again that we're speaking English. Mhm. Thing is, I changed my native language to Ukrainian. I used to speak Russian, so to me, Ukrainian right now is a bit like a foreign language, and that does brings me in a loop that I'm speaking foreign. Anyway, I'm starting as usual. I'm going to apply some foundation for me and test out some products I am looking for to test, and going to tell you a story about my many visits to Bulgaria, thanks to my now ex-husband. The reason being, not the reason why he's an ex, but the reason being I've been to Bulgaria so many times that I'm actually got tired of. That's his upbringing. He was brought up. I'm gonna use this side a new camera ready perfecting makeup primer, and on the right side I'm going to use trusted original Bare Minerals primer. So I'm gonna just see if they are any good. I'm gonna use the first original primer. So yeah, we've been to Bulgaria many times. And funny thing is, he's been to Bulgaria so many times with his mother because his mother is a teacher, and we have well, everybody has the summer holidays, so obviously they had like almost 2 months of summer free, and they would go to Bulgaria and stay there for a month or so. So obviously he knew a lot about Bulgaria, almost could speak the language, which, to be fair, for Russian speaking people are, I'm not saying it's hard, it's easy, but it's a little bit easier than for the rest of the world because we have same writing. This side is different primer. Oops. So it does look the same, by the way. Feels nice, seriously. On the skin, feels very nice. And I have to say, probably the same, even smoother. Anyway, so first trip was fun. We just started to build our relationship, and everything was interesting, everything was new. I was still drinking, I was still smoking, and my life was very carefree, I'd say. I'm gonna put some under eye concealer. It's Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. Well, okay. So I don't know how instant that is, but let's see. So yeah, first trip was great, but the first time we went there was like his old car, and that car it had no air conditioner, and it was tough. It was tough. But we came to what the place? The first place, I think it's called Sarajevo, and he wanted to stay there, but um, well, we didn't like it, so we moved to. We looked for the hotel nearby, and we stayed. Found very good place right by the beach, Altona, called Altona Beach or something like that. By the way, I didn't like the instant eraser, which they changed something, or maybe it's the Prime of them does it. It doesn't work. So I'm gonna go to Bare Minerals and start working them out. Um, so the first time was fun. We visited a few places. We went to Aqua Park. We had so much fun. It was great, you know. But, and this is one of the tips I am going to do through the video. For some reason it doesn't work. Um, sometimes, like when people say when you're on a trip, you you will fight and that's normal. Well, I'm not sure it's normal. Seriously. If you fight, why doesn't cover? It used to be such a good cover, great cover. What's up? Does it? I don't know. Let me try that. So we did fight because when you have people, like I said in my previous video, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Because um, if you don't have 4 points to connect with your partner and you have different views on them, you will have troubles. So that's what happens when you're stuck with a person on a holiday, right? So you just need to work those things out, and not always person you're with willing to understand your needs. Like, I don't want to go somewhere. I want to stay in. I want to be lazy. I want to lay down on the beach and do nothing. And he wants to go somewhere and be active and this and that. And then that's creates a person, like a problem, like real problems. Do I like it? Like I used to like it, but it doesn't work anymore. For some reason, it doesn't work. Strange, very strange. Um, I don't know. Or primer. I want to see just one thing really quickly. If I put primer and put the powder straight on, will it work? Just want to see. It does remove the layers, which is not great. Anyway, so with that person, yeah, that's the reason. Okay. But I don't like it. I don't like how it actually lays on my face. You cannot see it on the camera, but I can see it. Um, so I'm not gonna, like bash my ex all the time. I have to talk about myself. I am the person who right now able to talk about my needs, what I want, what I accept, what I cannot accept from the person. But back when I was 27, I was not able to. All my needs, I was not able to talk about them. I was not able to verbalize it. I was not like, I think it comes from um, how you brought up, if your opinion doesn't matter or it's not met the way you want it to be met as a kid. So it gives you like mental dent in you that whatever you say, how you say it, it won't be met. And you, in yourself, you don't have the trust that the world is willing to give you things how you want them. And that's it. That's the reality of it. And if I was um, if I was sure in my own self what I want, how I want it, and I have to say, the first time we traveled, this is who I was. I was not able to clearly communicate, but I would argue about things to get my way. And then I stopped smoking, stopped drinking, and I also lost my confidence. Like I was losing myself. I was becoming different person. I was less confident, um, less me. If you if you might not know me, but let me tell you, as a kid growing up, I knew exactly what I wanted. Then it got broken, I would say, because of my parents' divorce. As a kid, I got some burns about relationships, and like I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to have kids. And for me right now, be happily married, that that took that took me some good therapy. I would not be able to if it wasn't for therapy. Okay, I'm not crazy about um what happened here. This is the patch when I tried something. So I'm gonna just leave it as is. Just need different primer, I think. Those two don't work. It doesn't feel good on my skin. Like, I'm gonna try another day, but let's get back to what I was saying. And hold on. Original foundation. So back to my trips. So because of that, I was not able to like um, talk the person out of trips to where I never wanted to go. In my defense, I would have to say, in the beginning, he would go to places I like and preferred and do things what I prefer. That's how like psychotic people work. They play out along and then they turn into a beast, and you are shocked. You are confused. You're not used to see this person. You're used to see a different person. So um, there was another moment uh, in uh, in our relationships. I don't know if that was the trigger of like at one point we wanted to separate, and I made a mistake saying that I don't know how I'm gonna live without you, which, to be fair, I would have lived very good. Differently, but very good. And he took that and he used that in my disadvantage, let's say. I'm testing out new waterproof. Whoa, brow bar. Who's that? Looks it. Okay, let's see. how that work. Like another tip, if you because I was lying to myself. I was just trying to make him feel better. And that was my biggest mistake. I should have just kept quiet, but like everything happens for a reason. So we decided to break up, and I would say, I don't know how I'm gonna live without you. Which inside I was like, yay, let's finish this nightmare that we're living in. Because trust me, it was a nightmare. Because I even was chatting with the boy who from USA, and he would tell me like, why are you with him if you are so unhappy? He was at the time with the girl, the mother of his kid, and he was unhappy. And he would like tell me, come on, let's build shit together, let's do something. And I didn't. I could have, but I didn't. And well, right now I know why. Because I had to find my soulmate through the centuries. This is another topic. When you find that love, you just hold on to it. But that was not my ex, and I didn't know why I was holding on, uh, why I needed those relationships that were very, very sick and very wrong. And I know another couple who has the same relationship, and the men in those relationships are actually the victim of very nasty girl, and she is just a monster. She's a real monster. She's like, and how I know that, because I know how they got together, and she made him to leave Europe and go back to Ukraine. Hmm. And he was very good in Europe. He could have been very big, but I'm pretty sure he's biting his elbows right now for that decision. I'm pretty sure. So back to many trips to Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a wonderful country, very unique and full of flavor of people, and like great nature, great people, great culture, very interesting like food. Everything is great, like quite inexpensive, like seriously cool. If you want to go to Bulgaria to enjoy sea and food, because like I have a greatest memory of eating tomatoes. They are so flavorous. It just so full of flavor. So great. Interesting aqua places. Very affordable. Um, what else? Most of the people speak English. I'm pretty sure some some people do understand Russian, different generation, like older people, but they, due to situation, will not communicate in Russian. Also, used to be a lot of Russians there. I don't know how it works right now. And like after 2014, when we went there one more time, uh, did we go there? But anyway, I think no, but um, when all those conflicts started, uh, the moment people would realize that we are from Ukraine, they would actually get scared and go away from us, which is strange because like we never ever um, position us as anti someone. Like when 2014 happened, no one would actually. I never stopped speaking Russian. I would still continue Russian. We stopped. We couldn't do business with Russia, which is understandable. Eh, That's like a bit nonsense. And but most of the things stayed normal. But propaganda worked. And when went to Spain, Portugal, Spain, and our flight was delayed, and there was like Russian couple, and they found out we are from Ukraine. Oh my God, I can understand French, and they were speaking French for us to not understand what they're saying, and they were saying like, "Oh my God, this is so scary. I'm scared of them." They sat on a last place in the bus just to avoid us. This is so hilarious. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, um, not much really, but I really, really want to emphasize one thing. When you are in a relationship and you feel like your needs and wants aren't met, please stop and think about you, not what other person want. Think about your wants. If you want to go to the Caribbean during the winter, and your spouse tells you year after year, let's do it next time, because this winter I'd like to go to some place very cold, like Arctic Circle, yeah, beyond. So, like, figure out if this is worth it. Because if it's not, it's time to change. Change your life because you are the only person that matter, and your kids, obviously. But also, you cannot support your kids if you are unhappy. And even if you are dependent or like, start journaling, start writing down all your thoughts, all things that you think are not met, disapproved of, you've been bullied for, you've been deprived. And honestly, look at them and check. Have person discarded all your friends and told you that they are not good in some way? In some way. And they don't want to talk with them or speak with them, or they could also do that with their own friends if his friends like you more than him or her. Check all those boxes a little bit. Friendships, your parents might get under attack, they might be annoying, this and that, too much, not worth of your attention, not worth of your time, they taking away your time. Because I get that, I got that. You've been talking to your mother too much. You know what? Tell that person to F off. This is your time, your mother. You can do whatever you think it is convenient for you and needed. Because at the time I was speaking to my mother, because I was working at home, and I would go crazy because I'm alone, always on the computer, working, working, working. That's too much. The person needs time to relax, unwind, and if someone tells you the thing that you love to do are stupid, waste of time, something else, pick up your middle fingers, both of them, and shove it to their faces. Because, like, right now, I'm shocked that I allowed those things, but I've been told that reading is ignoring me, ignoring him. You understand? Reading is wasting time, even if we could do something together. And reality is, reading is something that I enjoy. And till this day, I have a guilt accumulated in me when I take book and read, which my partner is nothing like that. He applauds me for doing things the way I want him to do. And, you know, if I like reading, read, do this, enjoy it. And my ex, unfortunately, for now, deprived me of pleasure of reading. So I hope my video is helpful to someone if you're going through something that is similar, or you have like little tweaks of things that I'm describing going on in your life. Talk to your partner first and see their response. If they unaware that they doing this and are willing to change and do your way and do something that you want to be done in a certain way, and they are willing to do it, that's great. You have a very good partner. Sometimes we forget, we lose ourselves in the reality and don't give us a feedback of the actions. So if that the case, great, work it out, move forward and see how you feel after that. If the person tells you when you come up with the not accusations but with the things that you are unhappy about, and the person tells you like you crazy, that's not true, it never happened, what are we talking about? No, you never told me you want to go there, you never did that and this. Tell the person to f off, pack your stuff, or tell him to pack your stuff, his stuff, and just end this bullshit, because BS that that person is not going to change. If someone blames you for your reactions, that just tells you that the person doesn't want to understand your reactions, doesn't want to understand why you're upset or why you want something differently. This is all about wanting to understand each other, or wanting to make other person do things the way you want them to be done. You see the difference? Working together, pounding on the person. Who needs that? Life is too short, especially during these times. Like, I mean, come on, we're at war. It seems like all the world is at war. Let's stop this. Let's stop the war inside each other. And my baby is up for some reason. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye bye.